class 12 poem called Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. I'm going to try and deconstruct it for the easier understanding of others. Let's start right away. Aunt Jennifer's Tigers prance across a screen. Let this screen right now be a curtain, and on this curtain there is an embroidery of tigers by Aunt Jennifer's. And these tigers of Aunt Jennifer, they prance across that curtain, which means that they walk proudly and without any fear. There is a pompous gait or pompous walk of these tigers on that curtain. And we understand that tigers have yellow stripes. Yeah, yellow color they are. So bright. Topaz refers to something that bears yellow color. And denizens means inhabitants. So bright yellow colored inhabitants, referring to tigers again, come from world of green. They live in world of green, means forest. So let's take a look at the entire line again. So tigers are inhabitants of forest, means means they are not domesticated, they are wild, and they do not fear the man beneath the tree. These tigers are fearless of man because they inhabit a world of green, a forest, means they are not domesticated, they are not subjugated, unlike Aunt Jennifer herself. And they pace in sleek, chivalric certainty, means these tigers, they approach pretty slowly, smoothly, and in a majestic manner with great confidence. That's even though in the context of this particular line, chivalric means majestic or royal, but why use this word instead of several other alternatives? Um, there is a contrasting meaning. While we understand that chivalric also is an adjective which refers to politeness towards women, or the tendency of men to be polite towards women, while Aunt Jennifer's husband is not so, is not chivalric. He is a misogynist. But these tigers, they are chivalric. It could have both of the meanings, but in the context of this line, it would mean majestic. Again, these tigers, they move smoothly and in a majestic manner and with a lot of confidence, again, unlike Aunt Jennifer herself. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool. Aunt Jennifer is, as usual, weaving wools, and her fingers are fluttering, which suggests that they are trembling. And they're trembling in such a way that they cannot even pull ivory needle out of the wool which is being woven. It should be easy to pull out ivory needle, but her hands are trembling in such a manner that she cannot even do so. That gives me impression that the subjugation has debilitating effect on Aunt Jennifer. The massive weight of the massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hands. Now it is quite metaphorical. If we try to understand it in in its literal context, then we would get the meaning wrong. The massive weight, we can say, it has to be the subjugative influence of Aunt Jennifer's husband. The guy has her wedding band on on her Aunt Jennifer's hand, and that is why I think she finds it difficult to pull the ivory needle out, and it sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hands. So, looking at the context of the entire poem and these two lines, it is uh, the poetess is talking about the subjugation again, the misogyny, the oppression that a woman undergoes when she's spending her life under a patriarch. When aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with the ordeals she was mastered by. Now look at this, the word mastered by, ordeals, and ringed. Now, mastered by, we understand that these tigers are inhabitants of forest, and that is why they have no masters. But the Aunt Jennifer was mastered, domesticated. She wasn't as fearless or at all she wasn't fearless as these tigers. She had a master. She was a slave. She was domesticated, unlike these white, untamed tigers. And she has still that ring. Now that ring, for me, it seems that it represents the subjugation of women, the misogyny. And ordeals refers to suffering, you can say, difficulties that one faces, the hardship that one faces if living under some patriarchal, misogynistic person. So she is still wedded. If she dies, her terrified hand will lie. Those hands would still have that ring, and the ring which represents all the suffering that she has to endure, and all the suffering. This ring is the master, means the husband of Aunt Jennifer was the master of Aunt Jennifer since she was domesticated, since she was tamed and oppressed. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. See, she has created a contrary image of tigers, which are contrasting in nature, which were diametrically opposite to that of the image of Aunt Jennifer herself. And even though she would die, she would still have her trembling hand. Okay, that is getting wrong. She would still have that ring on her hand, by which she was mastered by, means again the subjugation and stuff. But maybe her subjugation would end with her life, but the embroidery of these tigers would continue to be the way she imagined, means unafraid tigers would still go on prancing while her own life would come to an end. I don't know how I